Now, I want you to take a look at the images behind me. These people are all missing. Someone is reported missing in the UK every 90 seconds. That's 320,000 incidents reported a year. Now, the vast majority are found within 2 days. Going missing for a longer period of time is very rare. But still, the numbers involved in the UK are shocking. An estimated 5,000 people missing for more than a year. And all of the people you can see here on screen have been missing for more than 3 years. Well, tonight, I want to bring you the stories of two of those people. 30-year-old Georgina Garshala. She vanished in March 2018. She was last seen at a corner shop in Worthing. Sussex police have taken thousands of reports and statements since Georgina's disappearance. They've investigated more than 90 reported sightings, but none have helped to find her. Sanjeev Kundi went missing in September 2013. He'd travelled to Paris. CCTV pictures from a train station in the French capital are the last confirmed sighting of him. That was more than 10 years ago. Well, I'm joined in the studio tonight by Georgina's mum, Andrea Garshala. We're also joined by Satvir Sembi, Sanjeev Kundi's sister. Alongside them, Louise Newell from the UK Missing Persons Unit and the National Crime Agency. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the UK Tonight. It's a really important conversation to have, Andrea, and I know that it's been a long time since Georgina disappeared. And while she may not be in the newspapers or featured on the news, this is still very much an ongoing situation for you. Talk to me about what it's been like since Georgina vanished.
It's been ongoing every day. Every day is a roller coaster, really, because I try to keep Georgina's story out there, finding new ways to keep her story out there, to create awareness, making videos, posters, talking to people, thinking, what can I do next? Something different, because people get bored. You know, people often say, oh, not this again. But it's my daughter, and, you know, as a mum, I feel that that's what I should do. And, you know, I want to do it. I want to find answers. She didn't just go out there and disappear. And for 6 years, she's a mummy. Her children...
The two boys are with you?
They live with me, and, you know, they want to know, you know, what happened to Mummy? Why isn't she coming home? They'll still say now, you know, when Mummy comes home, can we go to that park again? Can we do that when Mummy comes home? And sometimes I say, Mummy might not come home, you know. And it is hard because to try and explain to them, because we've just lived with hope for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden now it's hard to hold on to that hope, you know.
Well, that's what we wanted to highlight on the UK Tonight, is that, you know, these stories might not be in the headlines, but as you said, the urgency for you every day is as strong as it was the day you found out Georgina had gone missing. I want to bring in Satvir Sembi. Her brother Sanjeev has been missing now for 10 years. Satvir, describe to me the process of reporting a loved one missing. You're in absolute panic. Where do you go? How does this start? How does the search begin?
Hi, Sarah. It's really, really difficult. In Sanjeev's case, he went, you know, what we assumed was a week's holiday to Paris in September 2013 has ended up being a living nightmare for us. Originally, when he went missing, and he hadn't come back after a week, obviously, we first thought, oh, maybe he stayed a couple of days extra, maybe he liked Paris. We just didn't know what to think. You know, we started to do all the usual things, you know, in terms of phoning friends and asking around. When we did get to the police themselves didn't really take it too seriously, because he told us he'd gone missing. He told us he was going on holiday. It was a planned event. It wasn't as if he'd just gone out of the house. He'd gone to Paris on a holiday and he was due back in a week's time. So the police again said, give it a few days, see how you get on. It wasn't until almost nearly 2 weeks after he still hadn't returned, and we had to go back to the police and said, look, you need to take this seriously. You know, he really has not come back. We don't know, we can't get hold of him. We don't know where he is. It's really quite frightening. From there
It's frightening and it's
on,
frustrating, isn't it? Because this has been 10 years and
very
there are so many
frustrating.
cases like this over 10 years. And this has been, you know, this is one of a number of similar stories in the UK.
Yeah.
What happens in those 10 years? Are the police still looking for him? Or do you have to take matters into your own hands?
Yes and no. So, like anything with the police, they have a number of years to fund this sort of thing with people going missing. Then they have more high-profile cases, like criminals and other things to follow up. So, a missing persons case, once they've done their initial investigation, kind of just gets left, and that's heartbreaking for us, because unless we as a family are pushing and trying to look for evidence, I always say in this